Hello friends, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Deepa Robbins from DeeZinesByD, and today I have another Make the Cards Challenge post for you. So today it's all about adding gold foil to your alcohol ink backgrounds in what I would say is a much easier way to do it. Now you have the process where you can add, metallic alcohol inks like pinata brass or even some of the alloys or mixatives to create that metallic in your alcohol background, or you have the process where you can add foil to your partially dried alcohol ink background. But I'm going to show you something that's a little easier. So this week's challenge is any color of green. We want to see any shade of green, and go ahead and link those up to the Make the Cards Challenge post for your chance to win. So I'm going to start off with my alcohol ink background. I'm using alcohol blending solution, some glossy cardstock Yupo, and this is A2 sized, along with Clover Stream and Pearl Mixative alcohol inks. So I'm going to start off by adding just a bunch of that blending solution to the background. Then I'm going to just drop my Clover and Stream alcohol inks kind of all over the place to kind of just fill up all of that white. Now I'm also going to be adding some of that Pearl Mixative. Now the purpose in that is to create a little bit of shimmer on the cardstock here. And you may know that Ranger has this range of alcohol inks. You have all the different colors. You have alloys, which don't really mix with the colors, but create that nice metallic accent. You have mixatives, which mix with the colors. And then you also have their shimmer alcohol inks. Now, I personally find that you can get around getting the shimmer colors by just adding the Pearl Mixative to your colors. And what I find is that the mixative mixes with the colors and adds that shimmer to those colors. So it kind of creates that shimmer alcohol ink for you. So as you can see, I didn't really do anything special. I just kind of added all my colors, used my blowing tool to kind of mix all those colors together. And you can really just continue with this process until you get a background that you really like. So at this point, I think I'm pretty good with what I've got, and that's what I'm going to let dry on the side for now. I'm going to grab my heat resistant acetate. Now that's important. It has to be heat resistant because we're going to foil on it with our glimmer machine, which gets hot. And what I did was I cut an A2 size panel, but I actually cut it a little longer. So 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. And then I scored it at 5 1/2 to create a little bit of a lip. Now, at the end of the day, after we do our foiling, that score is going to kind of disappear because it's going to heat up and flatten it out. But I just created the score so that I could line up this beautiful hexagon, which is from the Geo Foliage set from Spellbinders. And I'm going to foil that with some Spellbinders gold foil, along with the 2 marble pieces that you can use to create a marble look. So I started off with that hexagon. As you can see, that foiled so nicely and looks so pretty, very subtle. And then, as I said, I've taken those marble pieces, there's 2 of them, and I folded it 3 times, and it gives you that nice gold accent. So instead of me actually adding all of that foil to the background, I'm going to put it on the acetate and have it over top of the background. So this I find is a little easier, especially if you haven't really gotten down those techniques that add that metallic sheen to the actual alcohol ink background. So now I'm just scoring it again, and I'm reinforcing that fold so that I've got a nice little lip so I can attach it to the background later on. I'm going ahead and I'm using all of those cute little foliage pieces and foiling them with the same foil. And of course, this set comes with all of the coordinating dies to cut all of these little pieces out. This would be a good idea for creating a nice built-up background of die cut foliage. I think that might be a nice project idea as well. But for me, I'm just going to die cut some of these out here and use them around my sentiment for this card. So as you can see, you get a whole bunch of these cute little foliage pieces. And then for my sentiment, I'm using Yana's Layered Script Sentiments, which is also from Spellbinders. And I've cut out the actual sentiment in Sizzix Opulent Gold Mirror Foil. Mirror cardstock. And then I've also cut out the shadow from some white cardstock. So what I like to do is use this Artist Tack dry adhesive, and what I do is I put it on there twice. So I'll put it in one spot and then I move it around just to make sure that I've got adhesive on the entire back. Because this sleeve I kind of use more than once. I use it over and over, and as I use it, it picks, like, some of that adhesive gets taken off, and you kind of got to move it around to get more. This works perfect with these small, intricate little die cuts. This is a very dainty script, so it works perfect for this. So once I've got that put together, I can kind of assemble my card now. I've got an A2 size top folding white card base, and I'll just attach that entire Yupo background to the front there because it's the exact same size. Then I'm going to add some strong double-sided tape to that lip that we had scored earlier, and I will line it up with that background and then fold over that lip at the top to attach it to the card base. And this is how we get that beautiful foiling over top of the alcohol ink without actually having to do all those extra techniques. I thought that this was just another way, a cleaner way to kind of get the job done. Not to mention, I love those beautiful marble pieces from the Geo Foliage set because you can create this marble look with absolutely any background. So I've gone ahead and I've attached the sentiment there. I've actually used some foam strips, which I created at home. I've mentioned before that I actually did the Create and Connect event with Pink Fresh Studio, and I think they actually have another one right now. And they told me that I could create my own foam tape. And I was like, oh my God, that's totally true. Just take your craft foam, add some double-sided adhesive to both sides and cut it to the size that you want. It's actually really easy to do, and I'm telling you, if you cut up like one piece of craft foam, like the kids version, so it's a smaller size, it lasts a long time. Now all I'm doing is taking these foliage pieces that I've die cut and foiled, and I'm putting them around the sentiment just to create just a little bit more interest here. And I've put all of those flat to the card or to the acetate here because I already have enough dimension in that sentiment. Then finally, once I'm done with putting this front piece together, I'm going to go ahead and embellish it. And this time I'm going to use some Pink Fresh Studio metallic gold pearls. Now this is a really nice set of gems or embellishments because they have a nice variation of size. There's about 4 to 5 different sizes in this pack, and it works perfectly with any card, especially when you want to create clusters of more than 3. So I'm just using my Barely Art glue and I'm kind of putting these all over the place. And because the background is very colorful, I'm adding a lot of these gems because I want them to stand out a bit. Then I went ahead and added a bit more shine with these AB crystal gems. Now these are nail art gems and I just get them off of Amazon. They're pretty cheap and they are very nice because they shine nicely with the light. I will link them on my blog along with all the other supplies that I've used. I do encourage you to go ahead and check that out. The link will be in my description. Furthermore, please go ahead and check out the Make the Cards Challenge blog and post anything that you've created in green. We'd love to see what you've got. Now, this is my final card for you, and I hope that this has helped somebody and maybe this technique is useful to you because you might not be interested in doing the other techniques for adding foil, or maybe you just haven't got the hang of it. So go ahead and let me know if this was helpful for you, and check out all the inspiration from the other designers for the Make the Cards Challenge, and I can't wait to see what you guys have made. I'll see you again next time. Bye.